Hi, I'm Kunal. I own Tooth Club dental practices, and we've done many transactions with Lilyhead over the years. Lilyhead has always far exceeded my expectations. When we go down the due diligence process, there's no nasty surprises because the information they provide is always accurate and reliable. It's really simple things like if there is an issue, the agent at Lilyhead will just pick up the phone and talk me through any potential issues, make me understand, but also allow me the opportunity to ask any questions before the problems become too big. Buying and selling a dental practice is a massively emotional process for both parties, but having open dialogue and an intermediary like Lilyhead makes the whole process so much smoother. So buying and selling dental practices can be incredibly challenging. One of the examples that we had recently was the principal had passed away, and there were further legal complications to that. But having open dialogue and having someone that was able to be empathetic on both sides helped us get the transaction over to completion, which is absolutely imperative when we've spent so much money on legal fees. Often in transactions, lawyers can slow down the process. The transaction may not be a certain lawyer's priority, but Lilyhead always help us make sure that we're on track and constantly pushing the transaction in the right direction. I've done a few transactions now, and I think the main thing is that Lilyhead really understands the value of a business, how they can act for a vendor, and be fair to a buyer as well. And that's why when I look at one of their prospectuses, it always excites me because I think the valuation is always going to be very realistic and one that we could entertain. The team at Lilyhead have been incredibly supportive throughout the years. Open and honest, transparent at all times, and they're also realistic in terms of managing expectations on both sides of the transactions. I would also add that I ring Lilyhead and Helen specifically over the years, asking questions that have nothing to do with Lilyhead, but they're always very honest. They understand the dental market extremely well and open to sharing thoughts with me. We recently just completed a transaction in Kent, and this was a big part of our overall strategy. We always wanted a footprint in Kent, and Lilyhead had brought us the perfect practice to buy. Post-completion, the transaction has been very, very smooth. There's been no nasty surprises that we found, and in fact, we think that we've brought an absolute goldmine here because of the honesty, transparency of the transaction overall. So if I was giving anyone any top tips on looking to embark in buying a dental practice or using a particular agent, firstly, I'd ask lots and lots of questions. And even the questions that you think are silly questions, ask them because they're usually the best questions to ask. And if you find someone that's not being open and honest, personally, I wouldn't go any further. Really go with your gut feel is my biggest piece of advice to anyone. In a nutshell, I have no reservations in recommending Lilyhead. They're one of the best brokers on the market. They're open and honest. They're great fun to work with. And most of all, they'll help you get your completion over the line.